Budget fam, it's Jordan from Jordan Budgets. Today we are going to be pulling money from our cash binders. If you are part of the Budget fam, thank you for returning for another video. You guys know we have all kinds of new content happening on this channel these days, and it has been so much fun putting up content 5 times a week. If you are new around here, welcome. My name is Jordan. We love to do cash stuffing and budgeting on this channel. I also make all of my money from Etsy and YouTube, and I'm a full-time single mom. So if any of those topics interest you, if you can relate at all, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and stay around. We would love to have you part of our Budget fam here. Okay, so we are doing something a little bit different today. Normally on Fridays we would be cash stuffing our sinking funds and our savings challenges. This month has been absolute chaos for me though. I moved from a rental apartment to a rental home. I basically had to pay double the bills and double the utilities this month, as well as there were some closing fees on the apartment and there were some deposits that needed to be made on the house. So budget. Easy to say that the budget was completely thrown and busted this month. It went through the roof. So in order to accommodate for some of those expenses, we are going to be pulling all of our money. We are going to reorganize our bills binder because there are some new bills and I will talk about those. And really we just need to reprioritize what our main focus is because we're kind of at a time where we need to crunch down on some of these savings challenges and just focus on the most important things. In doing that, we will be pulling some of the money just to kind of pay ourselves back for some of these unexpected bills and things that needed to make it onto credit cards and they need to get paid off these next couple days. So we will be going ahead and pulling all of our bills. This is our bills binder. Typically we would pull this at the end of the month, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys I went ahead and paid the rent and some of those bills. So all of this money is still going to June's bills. It's just because we're at the end of May now, I have started to pay June's bills and we need to get this money into the account to pay that. So this is a little bit unrelated from everything I just said, but because we are going to be adding in some categories here, I thought we might as well pull the cash. We're gonna pull pets money, but some of it will be making it back in. So for pets, we've put aside 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 150, 70, 90, 200, 210, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. So 245 we pulled from pets. We don't actually need that money. We will probably put it right back. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and pull it while we reprioritize. How are you guys doing? I hope that you are feeling amazing. I hope you are pumped for an awesome weekend and I hope you have fun weekend plans. My youngest graduates today as the time that you guys are seeing this. I am filming this on Thursday afternoon, so I'm about to get him from school for the very last, or from preschool for the very last time, and then he will be homeschooled. Okay, rent, we are leaving in. We are adding some new categories though, so let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna put teacher here. Now I am homeschooling my kids. Oh, going off of the schooling thought, we are adding a category, teacher. Okay, so when you guys are watching this, I'm just leaving my preschooler's graduation. You know, I've been paying monthly for him to go to preschool, and I was thinking that now that his preschool is done, I'm not paying for preschool anymore. I was thinking, okay, cool, we can put that $400 back into other things. Well, guys, because Etsy and YouTube do keep me pretty busy, I am hiring a teacher for the boys to help me with some of their schooling. So I do believe in the it takes a village. I believe strongly in that, and I am living proof of that. So my mom helps me homeschool my boys 2 days a week. 1 day a week well, 1.5 days a week they go to co-op. And so the other day and a half that's left, basically that should be my schooling time, I'm hiring a teacher to help me with the boys. I'm a firm believer in the fact that we are not all made to do everything. Some of us are better at some things than others. My mom is killing it in the homeschool scene. That's not a knock on me. I just feel like it is not where my strength is. I do know somebody that was in elementary education. I think for like 20 years or so. She was a kindergarten teacher for a lot of that. And you guys know my youngest obviously will be entering kindergarten, and then my oldest is going into 2nd grade, and she has tutored and helped with 2nd grade homeschoolers after she retired with the public school system. I think I just went around and around in circles for a minute there. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I will be hiring a teacher to help my boys with homeschooling. So whenever she's helping too, I will be able to focus on work during those hours. And I feel like it will accommodate all of us and help all of us in all of our schedules. So I'm very excited about it. And I believe in it. I think it's going to be about $500 per month. I think that is a great deal to get a retired school teacher, for all of the things that she's going to be helping with. I am very, very excited. I think it's going to be worth the money. I'm adding it into my budget, even though she won't start for another couple of months. She's not starting until the end of the summer, but I'm adding it to my budget now, really just to make sure that I can afford it before she starts. I'm gonna start treating that as if it's already a bill, and then I will have $1,000 or so kind of stashed away too if I have a slower month and I still need to be paying her, right? Okay, so that covers rent, teacher, electric. That's not a new bill. We just changed the color, I think. Water is a new bill in my binder. We're adding water because it used to be included in my rent. Not really included in my rent, but my rent was like $908. By the end of like the water fee and all of the additional like trash fee and things that they tacked on top of it, my bill was $980. It used to just be combined with my rent in my binder though, so we separated it because it is a completely separate bill that I need to keep my eye on. Same thing for internet. That was already a bill that we had on our radar and we were paying. We just changed the color just because I'm revamping this and getting everything together. Next we have gym and pool. Again, that one stays, and we're just changing. We're really just trying to keep things organized here. So let's pull that off. Also, the way I'm organizing this is I think this is going in order of the most expensive to the least. So my rent should be most expensive. Teacher for $500 a month is next. My electric, I suspect, should be under $200. Water, I would guess, is about, I don't know, $50 to $100. Internet is $80. Gym and pool is $58. My gas bill, I do have gas in this house. It's a new bill to us because we did not have it in the apartment. There was no gas hookups in that apartment. I am suspecting, based off past bills in other houses in the area, that it should be about $30-ish for that. And then renter's insurance is the same color, but my printing standards and ability have increased with time. So you could just see like in sticker quality that this one is much better. If you haven't ordered from my shop in a while, I guess I should announce that. My quality has improved as I've learned some different things in the shop. If I haven't mentioned yet in this video, everything you see in this video is in my Etsy shop, and you can find my shop on Etsy and just search for Jordan Budgets, and you should find my shop that way. The only other category in here is pets. We are going to leave that just like that. So our bills binder is empty. When we total up counting our cash, we will go ahead and include what was in the bills binder, but just know there's probably $1,200 here that is going towards bills, not getting put into the bank or moved around. So that covers our bills. Let's go ahead and mention that our variable binder is going to stay the same. Variable spending as in groceries, gas, and fast food. We're going to leave self-care and Etsy alone. We'll go ahead and leave haircuts alone too, because my kids need haircuts like 3 weeks ago. So we will leave that money alone. We won't pull this because self-care and Etsy comes from tips from you guys, and I want to make sure I spend that money how you guys have tipped and how I have been saying I'm going to use that money, right? So we're going to leave that alone. The other thing we are going to leave alone and really just add a category to is this emergency / 2022-2023 binder. In this binder, I do have roll the dice, 1 month ahead, pantry stockpile, emergency prep, medical, gas, and emergency savings. I do not want to mess with any of this money. I think it's very important to have some kind of binder like this, some kind of emergency binder, and I don't even want to pull this and know what's in it. I don't want to give myself the leeway to change my mind about what this is for, because I think that this is highly important. So it's just an executive decision I am making. I said that like it was something important. We are adding a few categories in these binders. We are going to add meat restock to this emergency binder, so let's go ahead and add that category now. So meat restock we are going to add to the end of this binder. So that was a little lengthy. We are about to get into the fun part though, where we pull all the cash from our emergency savings. 3 of the binders, a lot of it staying the same. You guys see sort of the intention and the direction that these binders are going in. So let's put these 3 binders to the side. Now for the fun part, or the sad part, depending on how you look at it. We are just going to go through these savings challenge binders, and we are going to pull all the money as well as determine how important these categories are to us. Let's ignore the 100 envelope savings challenge in a minute because I want to talk about that. But first, let's take all of this out and I want to talk about something else first, okay? People use emergency savings in different ways, and I feel like I give this little bit of a disclaimer every single time I do a rearrange like this. But the main purpose for me for savings challenges is to keep myself motivated. It is very motivating to me to put money into these different categories. If you see any fake money, that would be the $100 placeholders. That means there's money in the bank for these placeholders. So we're just separating those out. The reason I love savings challenges is because it keeps you motivated. It keeps me motivated to continue to stash money instead of saving it on fast food, saving it for different categories that don't accumulate or like mean anything. Like saving for Christmas kind of counts for something, whereas just going to buy Dunkin' Donuts every single day, that's not really going to make a difference in my life in a positive way. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but these binders keep me from getting Dunkin' Donuts every single day, for example. I reshuffle my categories, and I feel every time I do it, I don't feel like I get a lot of pushback from anybody or in the comments, but I just want to explain for anybody who might be new to the community or confused. Yes, I do basically restart pretty often, and I might reshuffle and redecide what categories are important. To me, it's really important to do that because if you keep stuffing binders without re-evaluating what's important to you, it might feel less motivating to stuff those binders, because field trips, while it was motivating to me 3 months ago when I started that category, it may not be motivating for me now. I may find that I'm no longer really like needing the field trip category for some reason, like things like that. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's fine to reprioritize, look at your categories, take money from your categories, because the overall importance is to make sure you have money when you need it for some of these sinking funds ideas, right? So we just pulled all of the money except for allowance and 100 envelope savings challenge. We will talk about that in a minute. I am saying all of this just to say that yes, I do pull money from categories that I've been saving towards. Do I need to pull all of this money and like re-talk about it every couple of months? Not really, but it keeps me motivated and it's what works for me. If you find that it's more motivating for you to just stick with a category until it's all the way colored in, then by all means do that. Do whatever works for you. I'm just mentioning sort of what works for me, and I do what works for me. And because I'm on YouTube, I feel the need to like give that little spiel and explain that, right? I got distracted just now. So I will be using some of these again, but just to clear the binders and sort of look at each card individually and say, hey, what is a big focus for us? And what do we need to put more money in, or what do we need to take some money out of? That is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so we are done just pulling everything. Let's go back for just a second. Okay, so all of this is empty now. And then all of this is empty except for allowance, which I will go ahead and pull and just set like that. And then 100 envelope savings challenge. I am going to go ahead and pull, I wanted to mention this, so I saved it for last. I am pulling the money from 100 envelope savings challenge for now, but I am going to retally this up and put the 100 envelope savings challenge back. This is saving either for a new car for me or maybe even a house down payment. We will see how my car lasts me, but this money will be going back. A lot of tips goes into this, so I want to keep this accurate. I left it for very last because I wanted to say that. Okay, so before we go through our cards and we talk about what we're keeping and what we're getting rid of, let's count this money and see what is in here. The only things I'm going to take out is, I am going to take out the placeholder or the fake money. That tells me what is in the savings account. We will talk about in a second why I'm making, like, differentiating between what is fake and what is real. But if you see this placeholder or this placeholder, that just means that I have money in the bank that corresponds with this amount, okay? Okay, so let's put that to the side for now. Let's put our cards. Oh, there's a $10 in there. Okay. 50 in there. Might be important to get the cash out. Okay, so let's organize this cash really quick and then we will count and see what we have here. The only thing I did leave in its envelope is allowance. That is allowance for my boys. They do get $1 a day when they do their chores. I honestly though, I feel like my kids, okay, so my kids are little, so those of you that do allowance, please tell me how much you're giving your kids, but I think I'm about to up their allowance to $2 a day if they do their chores. I feel like they have become highly unmotivated because I feel like the $1 a day, like when they actually did their chores, it was very motivating at first for them to get money right away instead of waiting for the end of the week to give them, say, $7 allowance for the week. They were getting $1 a day on the actual day that they did their chores. I feel like that worked for a little while and it was working very well, but I think as inflation happened and now like a candy bar is a couple of dollars, I feel like the $1 a day has lost its appeal. So I'm thinking about giving them $2 every day when they do their chores. I'm also kind of keeping in mind though that they don't do their chores every single day, or at least right now they're not. So I don't feel like the amount of allowance that I'm giving out should go up too much, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. $2 a day might be the motivation they need. But if they would do their chores, honestly, it would save me so much time because I am doing a lot of picking up after them and it would be very helpful for them to do chores and for me to possibly give them more chores. So we will see. We'll see what happens. But I am leaving the $1 bills in there right now just because I'm very hopeful that they will get back to doing chores pretty soon. Especially because it's about to be summer and they are both about to be homeschooled. So I feel like our routines and everything should get a little bit better. It has been a little chaotic getting one kid to and from school and getting the other kid shuffled around to homeschooling things. I feel like even though both will be homeschooling next year, I do feel like it's going to be a lot easier than homeschooling one and school and having the other go away to school. Okay, let's count and see what we had in these binders and what is going back into these binders. 50, 150, 250, 350, 450, 5, 6, 7, 8, 800, 850. Okay, so that's 800. Let's pull out the 50, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500. So we have 1,500. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 700, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 800, 5, 6, 7, 8, 850, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. 74, is that right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 874. If I got that right, it's $874. That got a little funky at the end. That sounds about right. Okay, so we have 800, we have 1,874, or at least close to that. Now, here is where things get a little bit weird and where my accounts have gotten out of sync with what is in my binders. So I do have about, let's see, 100, 200, 300. I have about $300 in bills that are left because I'm not doing the cash stuffing today for the savings challenges. Basically because I had a big Etsy check this week and I had my YouTube check this week. I went ahead and covered a lot of my bills even though there was money in my bills binder. That's a little bit abnormal. Usually I pull that bills money, then I pay a lot of things. I only have about $300 worth of bills that I haven't paid. So we're just going to set this $300 aside and bring it to the bank to cover the bills for June. So That leaves us what, 16, 17, 18, that leaves us maybe $1,500 to put back into our sinking funds and savings challenges. The other thing is there was a lot of money. These 100s, let's see, these all represent $100 bills. This represents a 500 and 2,000. Okay, so all of these bills were in our sinking funds and savings challenges. All of these represent $100 bills. This represents $500, and these represent $1,000 each, which is $2,000. Now, this month, because bills were doubled, I did spend $1,000 more than what I actually earned this month. So that money had to come from somewhere. It came from the savings account. There was also $2,000 worth of fees to move in and move out. That $2,000 also came from here. So what we really need to do to get our bills, to get our binders back accurate, is we need to only put $1,000 back into our sinking funds. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. So there's a lot of money here that I hate to part with. And again, I will stress, normally my binders are all accurate. It is just because of that really abrupt move that I did not have a category like set aside for apartment and house renting fees, if that makes sense. Okay, so now that we know what money we have left, that is an accurate representation of the money we actually have in the bank, and this is but money that can go back into sinking funds. Again, we left a couple of our binders alone. This is just what was in here. Let's go through these categories and decide what is going back into the binder versus what categories are no longer sort of an accurate representation of what we need these days. I'm going to, off screen in just a minute, go ahead and count this up, and whatever this totals, we're going to make it right. This is going to be our highest priority as far as what we put back into our binders. Roll the change challenge. Obviously, this did not motivate me. I do sell this in my Etsy shop for anybody that thinks they might want to use it, but the intention is every time I roll my change, I get to bring it to the bank, and then those bills get put in this challenge. It's supposed to be an incentive to roll the change. I am just so short on time these days. My change is literally hoarded in corners of the house because my kids take it and play with it. That is going to continue to just be our life right now. I'm not stressing that. Legacy, that is donations. We're going to keep that. We're also going to keep Roth IRA. Let's get rid of that placeholder. Gifts, meaning for other children or other people's birthdays. We are definitely going to keep that category. Camping. My kids are in so many summer camps this summer, and we have so many homeschooling plans and things planned through the summer and at the end of the summer. I think we're gonna go ahead and give up on the camping trip that I wanted to have at the end of the summer. I don't know that time-wise it really makes sense, even though it's something I want to do. I just think it should not be a priority, not even for money reasons, but just because of time. I just don't think it's something that's going to happen. So we're gonna go ahead and do away with that category for now. Glasses, my son just got 100, was it 120 or 140? I just bought him glasses and I don't need glasses, so we are doing away with this, and the money that was saved here is kind of money we owe our bank account anyway. This is kind of a wash. Looks like we saved 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we saved $50 and those glasses were about 120. Summer camps, we are going to continue this. This is saving for next year's summer camps. I have already paid for this year's summer camp, so we are good right now. But next year, I expect the summer camps will be even more than they are this year, just because right now my oldest is in some of the more expensive summer camps, and next year I think both of them are going to be at like the cutoff age to be able to be in some of those more expensive summer camps that are a lot of fun. Snack duty, definitely keeping that one. That one is to save for snacks for homeschool meetups or for different sports that they're in. New clothes, we are going to do away with this for now because I just spent $410 on clothes for my boys, and that will be their like back to school, their good sets of clothes. It was just kind of a sale that I couldn't pass up, so I went ahead and jumped on it. We will do away with this for now, but I expect it will come back very soon because clothes is something you're always saving for, right? We're just gonna do away with it for like a month. Back to school, I think I'm gonna treat this one the same way as the 100 envelope savings challenge. It is going to be one of the first things that we stuff. I'm gonna count this up, make sure it's accurate, and we will definitely stuff that. Christmas, exact same way. I think these are our 3 like top priority cards that I want to make sure they're accurate and they get restuffed. New phone, guys, I don't even know how to feel about the new phone situation. I think for for now, we'll put it here because I should go get a new phone. I did save for it. I feel like I should put that money back into that, but I just haven't made it a priority. So do I like really want a new phone that bad? So I don't know. We'll see on that one. We'll put it there for now. Happy birthday. We'll definitely get restuffed. My boys' birthdays will be upon us before I know it. So we'll restuff that one. I think it's safe to say that I don't care about pictures because the money was sitting here. I just did not use it. We're going to do away with this for now. Maybe I will just get my sister or somebody to take some quick pictures of us because I did save to have professional pictures done. It's something I'm not good at making a priority. It does not surprise me. The money was there. I just didn't spend it. So we're putting that aside for now. Books and sports, those are the only categories we will be adding into the binders. Books will be for any books that my boys want because again, they are both going to be on this homeschooling journey. So I want to make sure they always have some money available. And also with the new teacher coming in, if she thinks there's some books that are on their age level or that they might really enjoy, I would like to have the money ready just to throw at that situation. I'm really this year, I think, trying to get as much help and outsourcing the homeschool like priorities and needs to someone else. So if she recommends anything for them, I want to have the money to just throw at the situation, right? And sports, my oldest son really loved baseball this year. So I want to make saving for sports a priority. He's already mentioned wanting to get in soccer. So I think he's just going to be a kid that is in team sports almost year round. So we need to start saving for this again. Guys, I think that is going to be it for this video, and I will have to make another video, but I think we will have to cash stuff all of this and in these categories on a different day because it's very lengthy at this point. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. Comment below if you made it to the end and if you want to see the cash stuffing or the recash stuffing of these categories. But this video is just getting too lengthy, so let's go ahead and put a pause here. As always, I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.